Imagine a lively, smiling young child whose entire universe was abruptly trapped inside her own body. Sophia Weaver was that person. Her tale is one of unfathomable hardships, amazing love, and a devastating conclusion that devastated everyone. You should hear Sophia's story if you've ever questioned how strong a parent's love can be when faced with overwhelming odds. You won't anticipate the devastating turn, so stick with me through to the very end. Like any other joyful, healthy baby, Sophia Weaver came into the world. Natalie and Mark Weaver, her parents, were ecstatic. She played, smiled, and accomplished all the small victories that bring pride to parents. Slowly, however, things started to shift. Sophia began to lose the abilities she had previously acquired. She deliberately ceased using her hands. Her words, those priceless opening remarks, vanished. Her body started to move strangely, like if she were constantly ringing. For Natalie and Mark, it was frightening and perplexing. What was occurring was finally identified by doctors as a rare and debilitating illness. Sophia was unable to walk, talk, or regulate the majority of her motions because of this ailment. She required assistance with everything, including eating, dressing, and taking a shower. Imagine watching your intelligent, vivacious child fade away, confined within herself and unable to communicate her feelings or what was wrong. That was her parents' everyday life. Mark and Natalie developed as Sophia's devoted caretakers and fierce guardians. Her demands were the center of their existence. Therapy sessions, doctor's appointments, and round-the-clock care were all part of the daily grind. They hardly ever slept, a luxury. Sophia's spirit, however, remained radiant throughout. They say there was a world of love and understanding in her eyes. She used a glance, a sound, or a slight shift in expression that her parents learned to read like a book to convey her message. When she smiled, it brightened even the darkest space. In particular, Natalie emerged as a strong voice for Sophia and innumerable other families going through same struggles. She courageously posted their story online, revealing the unvarnished reality of their hardships. She discussed the tremendous financial, emotional, and physical costs. She didn't hide from her feelings of fatigue, annoyance, or hopelessness. However, she also demonstrated the deep, unwavering love that united their family. By publicly advocating for improved resources, empathy, and support for kids like Sophia, she transformed their personal suffering into a driving force for change. No matter how complicated the needs, she urged people to recognize the worth and dignity in every existence. They had their beloved Sophia, but life was unbearably difficult. Then the unimaginable occurred. Sophia died after fighting her illness for years. The loss was devastating. It tore a hole in Natalie and Mark's hearts. The tiny girl who had ruled their lives and been the total focus of their universe was no longer there. It must have been deafeningly quiet inside their house. It felt impossible to withstand the tidal flood of sorrow that was the grief. In the midst of this intolerable grief, a genuinely catastrophic event took place. The burden of loss overcame Sophia's loyal and loving mother, Natalie Weaver, who had valiantly and publicly spoken up for her daughter. She made an attempt on her own life. This tragic turn of events demonstrated how profound and devastating the loss of Sophia was. It brought to light the crushing weight of long-term caregiving, which is frequently invisible, and the deep emptiness that follows bereavement. Although Natalie made it through her effort, the tragedy became far more profound. An even more intricate layer of anguish had now broken the family that had suffered so much together. Mark had to deal with the death of his daughter and his wife's serious illness. It serves as a sobering reminder of how important assistance is for bereaved parents, particularly those who have provided care through such trying times. There is no straightforward conclusion to their tale. It's a tale of great love, extraordinary adversity, deep sorrow, and the protracted, challenging process of learning to cope with that loss. Natalie is still involved in advocacy work, but it now bears the burden of Sophia's passing as well as her own unspeakable suffering. Their experience makes us face the boundaries of parental forbearance as well as the urgent need for empathy and assistance for families dealing with severe disabilities and the ensuing pain. Please continue watching, since the last few scenes are essential to comprehending the entire scope of this family's grief. Despite being brief and full of hardships, Sophia Weaver's life and her family's ongoing battle teach us about love, resiliency, and the overwhelming desire for understanding. What do you think about this tragic tale? Let's have a kind discussion. Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Please give this video a thumbs up if this story resonated with you. It helps others discover similar experiences. For additional content that delves into real-life stories and compelling human experiences, think about subscribing. I appreciate you watching.